Yo, 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 greetings, goddesses and gods. We're just gods. Gods of everything. Gods of just creating reality. Gods of reality. You know, think about that shit. Just really think about that. If you break it down to a molecule, to an individual level, you'll see that you are creating reality. That's what you're doing. And so, and by meaning God is just a creator. It's another fancy word for creator. Creating reality. Gods. Imagine that. This is what I'm going to say today. We are in uh, February. I don't even know. I don't even know. I lost my mind. I lost track of everything. So today is February 6th. Don't take that seriously. Again, because it's just this is just a way to get out of the linear time. It's not February 6th. It's just another day. Oh, is it a day or is it a night? Who says it's a day? Who says it's a night? Who says and why? Why is it? Why can't it just be? Why can't we just flow in and out, sun up, sun down? Why can't we just flow like that? And whatever happens, happens. Whatever we create, we create. Whatever is there is there. I don't get why it has to be all this craziness and, people rushing around to fucking, buy shit they don't need. Um, you know, and I'm admit it, I'm guilty as charged as well. I buy shit that I don't need. As a matter of fact, as a medical cannabis patient, I buy shit that I don't need. But I overbuy shit because what if it's not there next when I do need it? So, but I gotta stop thinking like that because really it's getting rough. So, but let's get down to business. Spirituality, spirituality. Sounds like some sort of slang language from the South. What is it? What is it? What really is spirituality? What it is let's look beyond the English interpretation. Let's look beyond the imagery, and let's look beyond the our education. Look beyond all this shit, and let's just see it for what it is. Spirituality is a fancy word for someone who is actually delusional. It was a delusional psychotic, uh, living in an insane worlds, plural. And, just to put a period there is pearl. Pearl. What is that? Pearl is a jewel, like, it's a more expensive jewel, like a quartz, but it's more expensive. It's pristine. It's comes from oysters in the sea. Here we go with emotions. But okay, so spirituality is just a fancy name, a fancy term for someone who is delusional, psychotic delusional, living in a insane world, plural, uh, realizing, okay, you realize this, and you realize that you are here to bring about heaven, to create heaven on earth. That doesn't mean go out and look for it and, build these fancy walls in a church or an asylum or all this craziness. That's not what that means. Yourself as a human being, the beast. How are you building the beast? What are you uh, telling the beast? What are you putting in the beast's mind? What are you feeding the beast? This is spirituality. Seeing in unknown realms, in unknown thought realms. of thought. And all these, it trips me out. All these spiritualists want to complicate words and complicate things and make it sound like like it's difficult. And really, it's not. It's just an imagination. That's all it is. If it's not the imagination, then you're on some kind of hallucinogen. But before the hallucinogen, you still have the imagination. So it's just the imagination. You don't need hallucinogens to make the imagination vivid. We just imagine it. And if you keep imagining it, you really start seeing it. I mean, there's no, it is, spirituality is just mental. It's just mental. Uh, it's just a fancy term for delusional, psychotic, mental. Some people call it religious delusions. I don't buy that because what really is, it goes beyond that. Though that's just the outlook from you know, uh, the third dimensional, you know, psycho or psychologist perception. That's what they don't, because they won't see beyond it. But to an individual, it's not religion. It's not religion. It's uh, more of a dimensional. It's more dimensions. You know, and I read something today. It says I have more uh, something about the conversations in my mind are more. Uh, they're more better than walking around the society. And I thought about that. And these conversations are just thought. These are really realities. They each one is a reality, a bubble, of, if you will, a molecule of the earth. Bloop, bloop. And these are just different thoughts of realities and dimensions. You know, we're multi-dimensional. you know, how does that sound spiritual? It's really just delusional from a third dimensional perspective. You're just delusional, and that's why that's fine. As long as you accept that you're delusional, that's fine. Okay, I'm delusional. Right on. If that helps me to live another day, then I'm gonna keep being delusional. You dig? Because that's the only thing keeping me alive right at this moment. Because when you really look at life, when you really look, it's fucked up. It's really fucked up. It's really insane. It really is like, why are we doing this? Why am I living like this? But those of you who think on the other side are in another dimension. Those who are in another dimension, that thinking on the side, we live in another dimension. We live away from that. So again, this is what spirituality is from the shamanic perspective. It's just another fancy. It's a fancy term for delusional, psychotic, living in an insane world. Worlds. Worlds. It's just the bottom line. That's the way she rolls. That's the way the cookie crumbles. It's just a way to deal with, and those who aren't spiritual, they're most likely, not, um, they don't break down, their thought process and break down their awareness, and they're not really aware. Basically, they just go about daily life because that's what they always been doing. And what do we say? That's what you always been doing. That's usually the problem because change is healthy. If you stop doing what you always been doing, you might be in someplace better. Yourself or your anything. Because it starts to vibrate out. Whenever you start to work on yourself, it vibrates out into the worlds. And you listen to people. You really listen to people, and you hear people talking about the world, singular world, because So from my understanding is when you say that term, symbol, world, you're talking of a singular world that we all agree upon. That's false. So, I mean, listen to the language and get past the imagery and get past the English interpretation, and go within. It's all about within. It's not because everyone's too busy worried, seeking from sacred texts and all these literature things, and that's not it. That's not even you. That's to help you. That's where most people fall apart is following blindly on sacred texts or bowing to some guru, you know, hey, some guru that's just as crazy as you are, you know. But we all carry an individual world, and it's about expressing that world, communicating the unknown, which again is for the human purpose. So, anyway, I thought I'd share that little bit tidbit, little ruby for you guys there. It's just, and this is how we create our own reality as we get beyond the third dimensional meaning of spirituality. These type of words, symbols. And I'm crooked, by the way, very crooked. And that's the way it goes because that's what happens. I mean, you even just think about what a spirit is. Okay, just say the term spirit. You're already in another dimension because you don't even know what it looks like. You see whatever the imagery that was infused to you through your environment, through your your schooling, your parenting, whatever we were raised. That's it. That's what we because it was infused, you know. And just to think about it, actually, it's really invisible. And again, we are activating the imagination, which activates this, which really is the pineal gland. This is really where it's all at. I mean, really, it's that's the mind's eye. It's this is how where we dream. This is where things are. This is where this is the projector of our inner dimensions, the inner world. So, just thought I'd share that tidbit, and hopefully you guys have a beautiful day, blessed day wherever the fuck you're at. Oh, spiritual people don't cuss, do they not? Fuck up out of here. This is because your throat chakra is blocked. Your Adam's apple. Your voice box is blocked. You know what I'm saying? Like, just laugh it up, man. What else you gonna fucking do here? And that's really why no, I'm telling you, no, we didn't come here to suffer. Okay? Now, it may look like that. Believe me, it look like that. It really will feel like it and look like it. Only the true alchemist, as I should say, can change all that. The inner shaman, the inner scientist, the inner doctor, the inner artist. That's the bottom line. That is the bottom line. So, to the doctors that follow me, and you want to tell your patient they're just, having a delusion, but they're really spiritual, because that's what spirituality is about. Fixing around your delusions, fixing your own mind, sifting around the murky waters of what the third dimension's telling us. Hey, what are you gonna do, right? That's the way it goes. Why are we whispering? I don't know. There's people around. People are listening. People are listening all over the place. Well, what are you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna do shit about it. Because you're spiritual. Because you're crazy. You're delusional and you're psychotic. And you need help. You really, like, say that shit. Like, wow. Like, you really feel it. Like, You really feel it. Like, there's this thing called psychotic mysticism. I mean, it's basically what spirituality really is. I'm just saying, whoever came up with the term spirituality, spiritualism and spiritualist, these are just delusional people, you know. Now, some of these delusional people will use it to manipulate and use and you know um, take your money. These are charlatans, I believe they're called. They are false light workers. Um, you know, it's just whatever. That's not my business. So, and some will use it to benefit themselves, and some will use it to just benefit all of humanity and the earth. And I don't say world or planet. Those words don't exist in the higher realms of being. They don't exist. That's the way it is. It's the way it is up here, and it's something I had to. You gotta accept and swallow the pills that they give you and accept it. Like, wow, get rid of your language. It's all your language. It's all about a language lesson. That's what it's really about. Is a language lesson. We're learning a new language, but you gotta go explore the unknown. You gotta actually experience the shit. You have to actually quit. You gotta quit crying on because of my delusions. It's holding me back. I can't do this because of my delusions. See what I'm saying? You look what you're saying. Listen. You're doing it yourself. You know you have delusions and you claim it's holding you back, but you're the one holding yourself back. These delusions aren't real. They're just not real. The spirit is not real. It's not, you don't see it. Something you don't see, you feel. The beast has to see and know everything, or else it's just not going to be in their reality. So the big trick was to trick the beast into seeing shit. And I don't know how I did that, but that's quite fucking weird. Hey, what are you gonna do, right? All right, let's get out of here. Let's throw some more language lessons today. Symbolism. What is spirituality? That's the true meaning right there. Real spiritual talk. It's not all about ooh, love and light. Stay away, darkness. Stay away. No, no, don't embrace the dark. But yet, in psychology, they teach the Jungians are accept embrace the darkness, and because if you don't embrace that, the light's not there. But so if you reject the dark, then you're dealing with a fake light. It's false. So you're not really complete. That's the way I perceive in my mind there. So anyway, it's good chatting. I love you guys. Be fucking magical. Be unique. Be inspirational. And study your language. Write down your language. Write down the imagery. Uh, and rename everything in a society. Everything. Rename it all. Even yourself. Give your thoughts names. Like, ooh, this is turquoise. I talk to turquoise all the time. Ooh, and this one's here is Buddha, or the god of the earth, whoever. I don't fucking care. It's your delusions, not mine. My delusions are different from your delusions, but yet it's all going toward the same thing. I love you guys. Be inspirational. That's all I can do, is inspire people. And if you do that, then your spirit has done its job. You know what I'm saying? The soul is working for you. Be magical. I'll see you soon.